Ellen, have I got news for you? You're not gonna believe this.
What's up?
Alice is getting married. Isn't that exciting?
What? Seriously?
Yep. Aren't you happy for her? And her future husband is like a dream come true. He's like a real-life Prince Charming.
Oh, yeah? What's so great about him?
He makes $250,000 a year. Can you imagine?
Wow, good for him. So what's he do for a living that he makes that much? What is he, a lawyer or something?
I haven't asked. Does it really matter? Doesn't he sound incredible? But if he's making $250K a year, it must be something amazing, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? I said $250K. Are you even listening? You know you're old enough now that you should really understand the value of money.
It's not that I don't understand. It's just that I think there's more to a person than how much money they make.
Ugh, you've always been like that. Why do you always have to be so rebellious? So negative. You're not the easiest person to love, you know.
Well, excuse me. My bad.
I still regret spending all that money on sending you to college. What was I thinking? I have no idea why we're doing that, to be perfectly honest with you.
Do you have to bring that up again? Why do you always have to keep coming back to this? It's not like you have any interest in me anyway. Do you even know what my major is? I told you I'm really grateful for the opportunity you gave me. I've told you that more times than I can count, actually.
I know you always like to remind me that you went to a public school and you got a scholarship. But so what? I let you get away with so much and don't even ask for anything in return. You had better be grateful.
I literally just told you how grateful I am. How many times do I need to say it? And how do you know I'm not gonna put this degree to good use? I haven't even graduated yet.
And then you just had to go to some college nobody's ever even heard of. What was the point? Do you know how embarrassed I am for you? How am I supposed to brag about you to my friends?
I mean, my school is actually pretty well respected in my field. I've tried to explain this to you, but you don't want to listen. And I still don't think you even know what I'm studying.
Well, I've never heard of it. That's all that matters. How good of a school can it really be?
Well, sorry you've never heard of it before. That's not really my fault, though. It's the perfect school for what I want to study. That's why I chose it. I wish you'd try to understand that.
Anyway, enough about you. We've got much more important things to discuss. Can you just try not to ruin your sister's engagement? We're all very happy for her.
Yeah, sure. Why would I want to do that? That never even occurred to me.
Oh, and one more thing while I have you. We're getting together with her fiancé's family soon. They'll all be coming over to the house for dinner. But you don't have to come. It's perfectly fine with us if you just find something else to do. In fact, please do find something to do with yourself.
Yeah? You sure you don't want me to come? I could try to make it. I mean, I'm busy with school, but I bet I could find time.
If his family knows we have a daughter like you, it could be really embarrassing. I don't want them to call the wedding off or anything.
Oh, that's what you mean. Gee, thanks, Mom.
We're going full steam ahead pretending like you don't even exist for now. Don't mess this up for us.
Am I really that much of a problem for you? I really don't mean to be.
I describe you more as a burden, but yeah, you're kind of a problem too, now that you mention it. Thanks for pointing that out. Just by being around, you make the rest of the family look bad. We have to maintain appearances. Your sister is about to marry a rich guy.
Well, all right. I understand. I'll stay away from Alice's fiancé and his family. So I'll make sure I don't come home whenever they're coming around. I'd hate to embarrass you in front of them. Just let me know when it is once you figure it out, okay? I'll see if I can stay with one of my friends for the night.
Thanks, that'd be great. We all appreciate it. Hi again, Helen. We finally got to meet Alice's future in-laws. The coast is clear now.
Oh, how lovely. So, how was it? Did you hide any pictures of me you might have laying around?
Don't be so sensitive. Her fiancé seems like such an incredible man. We just couldn't be happier for her. He had on these really expensive clothes, like Prada or something European like that. And his parents came off as super high class, too. They drive a Benz. His name is Matt, by the way. Your future brother-in-law. Aren't you so excited for your sister?
Wow, sounds great. Sorry I missed it. That's a pretty normal name. It's not really what I was expecting. I'm glad he doesn't have one of those silly-sounding newfangled names that a lot of people have these days.
Hey now, what do you mean by that?
Nothing, really. It was just a harmless observation. Like, I always figured Alice would go for a guy named Brayden or Aiden or Caden or whatever.
And what would be wrong with that? Those are perfectly nice names. The plans for the wedding are coming together nicely, too. It's going to be a beautiful ceremony. Oh, and we haven't mentioned you at all yet, by the way. So don't come to the wedding either, all right? We don't want any surprises.
Yeah, sure. Of course I'll stay away. Why would I want to come? You guys obviously don't want me there. I've been really busy lately anyway, so I wasn't planning on going. I'm honestly relieved you told me not to come.
Oh, well, then that works out nicely, doesn't it? Thanks for understanding.
So, did you find out any more about him? What he does for a living? Where he went to school? Anything at all? When you told me how much he makes, I was curious about what he's like, you know?
Oh my god. You're not trying to go snooping around trying to find out more about him, are you? Please don't ruin Alice's wedding.
Why would I want to do that? You really don't know me at all, do you? I was just curious, that's all. I mean, I think it's kind of weird that you don't even want to know what he does.
He's apparently a hotshot in finance at some big trading firm. Whatever that means. He works really long hours almost every day, so he barely has any time to spend with your sister. Apparently, he feels really bad about it, though. He's such a gentleman. Always thinking about your sister.
Wow. Sounds like a nice guy, yeah.
And since he's so busy, he wants Alice to stay home once they get married. He needs somebody there to support him while he's working all those long hours.
Oh, wow. So Alice is going to be a housewife after they get married? I never would have imagined that.
Well, of course she is. Her fiancé makes more than enough for both of them.
But Alice can't do housework at all. Like, not even a little bit. How's that going to work? Does she think she's all of a sudden going to be able to cook and clean and stuff? She's always hated that stuff.
If she just hires a maid, she won't have to worry about any of that, right?
Well, I hope her husband is okay with that. She's certainly gonna need all the help she can get.
Like I said, he makes $250K a year. Why wouldn't he be okay with hiring a maid? He can afford to give Alice anything she wants. You know, I should have expected this from you. Why can't you just be happy for your sister? It sounds like you're jealous of her. Please try not to ruin her happiness, okay?
What? I'm not jealous. What gave you that idea? I keep telling you there's more to a person than how much money they make in my mind. I just mean that if somebody makes that much, they must be pretty good with money. He might not want to waste it on a maid if he doesn't need to. A lot of times rich people get that way by being really frugal, you know? He might want to live within their means.
Why are you explaining this to me? You think I don't know these things. But anyway, enough about him for now. There's something else we need to discuss. I'm going to have to ask you to find a new place to live pretty soon.
What? Why do I have to do that?
Your sister is marrying a rich guy. Do I have to say it again? $250K. $250K.
Yeah, and? I still don't see what the connection is. Why does that mean I have to move out?
I mean, compared to that kind of lifestyle, you're just too out of place. What have you ever done to benefit your family anyway? Like I said, you're just a burden to us. We don't need a daughter who doesn't contribute anything. Go ahead and get out.
This is totally out of left field. How do you expect me to find a new place to live all of a sudden like this?
Why don't you just find some rundown apartment by your worthless college? I think you'd be happier there anyway.
Oh my god. I can't believe you're really kicking me out. I guess I could try to find some place. I'll have to see if I can pick up some more hours at my job. Hopefully I can make enough to afford my own place.
Look, I don't really care where you go, but you can't stay here. I want you gone.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks for caring, Mom. Hey, Mom, are you guys out and about somewhere? I'm at the house, but it looks like no one's home. Where is everyone?
You told me the movers are coming today, right? Why would we be there? We'd just be in the way. Besides, I don't want to get all covered in dust.
Okay, sure, whatever you say. But, I mean, it's just the stuff from my room. It's not like it's gonna be that big a deal. I didn't know it would bother you so much to have movers come around.
Things are different for us now. We're not the kind of people who have to deal with low-class people like that anymore. Thanks to your sister, we have a life of luxury waiting for us now.
A life of luxury, huh? What are you smoking?
Shut up! I don't want to hear it from you. Just hurry up and get out of my house. You should fit right in with those movers. I wonder who smells worse, you or them.
Hey, at least they're doing some real work for a living.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'd rather work for a living than live off my daughter's husband. Who knows where he even gets his money from anyway?
See? There's that jealousy again. You can't fool me, you know. I know how you really feel.
Yeah, sure you do. I've always thought of you as the queen of compassion. So I don't really have a lot of stuff to move. I'd imagine everything will be out by the afternoon. So then everything will be safe for you to come back home. You won't have to be annoyed by my presence anymore.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Hopefully you're gone by the time we get back. Let me know if you're running late, okay? Best of luck in your new life. I hope you can make it on your own.
That sounded kind of like you never want to talk to me again. Are you joking right now? You can't be serious, right?
Yeah. Once Alice is married, I don't plan on ever talking to you again. Consider yourself disowned.
Wow. I was really that terrible of a daughter, huh? I wish I'd known. Okay, well, I guess I'd better work on getting everything in order so I can survive on my own. Thanks for everything.
Thanks, yeah. You better get to work on that. It's not going to be easy for a loser like you. You better not ask us for anything ever again. Don't even show your face around here.
You better not expect anything from me ever again either. I really did a lot for you, whether you realize it or not. You might finally have to learn how to put air in your bike tires yourself. Even though it's incredibly easy, I always hated doing that for you.
My bike? Who cares about that old thing? We're gonna be driving a Benz from now on. I won't have any use for a bike anymore. Don't you get it? We finally made it.
Well, I don't even know how to change a tire on a car, so best of luck to you with that. Don't come asking for help when you can't figure it out for yourself.
I would never let you touch my car. I bet it'd rot immediately.
I think you call that rust, not rot. God, you're so stupid.
It's not like we won't have the money to take care of it. You think we'll be doing anything ourselves anymore? You know we'll be able to afford the whole undercarriage cleaning in the winter and everything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Life of luxury and all that. How foolish of me. How could I have forgotten? So, in that case, once the movers and I are gone, that's it. You'll never have to put up with me again. Thanks so much for everything. What a wonderful mother you've been.
You're welcome. I tried my best even though you were so difficult.
Tomorrow's the big day, huh? I finally, officially won't be your daughter anymore.
Why are you contacting me? What's this about all of a sudden? I'm busy. It's the day before Alice's wedding. Why are you bothering me now? Are you trying to put a hex on us by reaching out to me today or something?
Oh, my bad. No, I would never do that. Although, maybe I should have looked into that. There was just one last little thing I wanted to complain about, and then I'll leave you alone. Tomorrow's also the day you'll finally be free from working and paying taxes, right? How wonderful that must be for you. I bet you think you've really earned it too, right?
That's right. I can't wait. No more work ever again.
I had no idea you and Dad were just gonna quit your jobs too. Must be nice. It's bold of you to just put your greed right out in the open like that. I'm impressed, honestly. Matt hasn't said anything about it?
You can say whatever you want to me. I really don't care anymore. I'm the one who's gonna be rich, not you. How are you doing, by the way? Are you emotionally and, more importantly, financially prepared for your new life on your own?
You think I'm worried about you cutting me off? How cute. I'm gonna be just fine. Glad I'm finally away from you, to be honest.
Oh, come on. Don't act like you're not upset.
You don't have to worry about me. Not that I thought you were going to. But I'm gonna be fine. I'm totally set up to make it on my own.
Wow, that's incredible. I never thought a lazy girl like you would ever be able to do it.
Thanks for the compliment, I guess. So, anyway, no matter what happens from now on, I'm gonna live the rest of my life like you don't even exist. I expect you to do the same, all right?
That sounds lovely. Thanks for understanding.
So you understand this means you can never ask me for anything ever again. Right, Mom?
Of course I do. What would I ever need from you anyway? I told you about Alice's husband. Do you really need me to remind you again? 250K! 250K!
Yeah, you told me. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
Good. You better not forget it.
I'm so confused as to why that's the only thing that's important to you. Do you know anything else about the guy at all?
What else do I need to know? He's rich. No matter what, you better not show up all of a sudden tomorrow or try any other stunt to ruin your sister's big day.
Why would I do that? I've got plans of my own. I'd never be caught dead at that wedding.
You have plans? Since when is that a thing? Oh my god, did you finally find a boyfriend?
No, it's not that. Not that I would tell you, even if I did. I'm not your daughter anymore, right? What do you care if I ever find a boyfriend? I've just got some things I need to take care of tomorrow. I have to look out for myself from now on, you know?
So what? You have to go work at your silly little job or something. What? Did you get somebody to hire you to flip burgers or something? I can't imagine what else you'd be good for.
What do you care anyway? It's my life. I'll do what I want with it. And don't ever try to pry into my life again. We're both just gonna pretend like we never knew each other, all right? Just stay out of my life.
You think I have any interest in what you're up to? Stop kidding yourself. As long as you don't do anything to ruin the day tomorrow, You can do whatever you want with your life as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I guess I should have known you'd say that. I always kinda knew you didn't care about me at all.
Duh! I thought it was obvious that Alice has always been my favorite. Everyone knows that. You came along later as kind of just like an afterthought. No one ever really wanted you around. Honestly, life would have been a lot easier without you.
Fine, I've heard enough. Do you really need to say all that to your own daughter? Enjoy your new life. I know I'll be happy to finally be rid of you.
You don't have to tell me twice. I can't wait for the wedding to be over and the real fun to start. I wish tomorrow would hurry up and get here already.
I mean, it's only a few hours away now. I'm honestly kind of jealous that you can be so excited about it. You're like a kid on Christmas Eve. Well, I guess this is it. Goodbye, Mom.
Goodbye! Hey, Helen. How have you been? Helen! Why aren't you answering your phone? I just tried to call you.
Sorry, who's this?
It's me, your mother. Duh!
Oh, wow. I never would have expected it to be the lady who disowned me for no good reason. How lucky.
Stop lying. I need you to listen to me. Listen, Helen, we're in big, big trouble.
Okay. And? Instead of talking to the daughter you disowned, why don't you talk to your lovely older daughter, Alice? She was always your favorite, right?
No, you don't get it. She's in trouble too. Matt has done something awful. When you hear what he did, I'm sure you'll be angry about it too. We're family, after all.
I kinda doubt it, but go ahead.
Don't you care at all? This is important. Listen to me.
Fine, can you just cut to the chase? What is it?
Well, it turns out Matt has been entertaining his clients at strip clubs. Can you believe it? He's a married man.
I mean, it's just business, right? And it's not like you ever seem to care about anything except his money.
No, this is way beyond what you would normally expect. It is absolutely not normal.
What do you mean, exactly?
Well, the places he's going to, the girls are doing more than just stripping, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no! Wow! I'm shocked, I tell you! Shocked!
Don't give me that attitude. This is serious.
So you were able to detect my sarcasm there, huh?
Oops. Well, can you believe it? Don't you have anything to say?
Like I said, for some of those finance bros, stuff like that is just business. I can't say I'm too surprised. Even if Matt isn't really that into the whole idea, he might feel like he has to entertain his clients like that to compete. I don't think the kind of dudes who do business deals in places like that are exactly fine upstanding gentlemen or anything, though.
He's a married man. How do you think your sister feels? It would be bad enough if he were just going to strip clubs. But to find out he's not just looking, he's doing other things. Ugh, it makes me so angry.
Well, good luck with all that.
That's all you have to say. Aren't you worried about your sister? I can't say I'm surprised. You would never understand humiliation like this. You've never had anything to lose.
You need to chill. I don't think it's the kind of thing she'll never be able to get over.
But you haven't even heard the worst of it yet. You're not gonna believe this. He caught something and gave it to your sister. Oh my god, that's hilarious. There's nothing funny about it. What is wrong with you? Okay, fine. So, what did she catch, huh? Oh no, I'm so concerned. Why must you insist on knowing all the gory details? That's not what's important.
Sure, whatever. Then can we be done here? I don't really want to know anyway.
It's chlamydia! Isn't that disgusting? Can you even imagine?
Ew. Well, at least it's not that serious, right? She could have caught a lot worse than that. I've heard it goes away pretty quickly with just some regular old antibiotics.
You're missing the point. It's not about whether or not she'll get better. The problem is that he would give your sister a disease like that in the first place.
Oh my god, you can't be serious? Do you really think I care? You're out of your mind.
And then Matt got angry at her when she confronted him about it. He's trying to claim that Alice was cheating, and that's how she caught it. Can you believe it?
Oh, wow. So, what did you say? This I kind of do want to hear.
Well, of course she denied it. What kind of woman do you think your sister is? I could never imagine Alice doing something like that. Matt wasted a bunch of money on this stupid fantasy of his, too.
Wait, what? What did he waste money on?
He hired a private detective to follow Alice. And they're trying to claim they caught her cheating, too. I just can't believe it's true.
Oh my god! That's so funny! Sounds like they really deserve each other, huh? So, she found some tech bro to bang on the side or something? Or was it like her yoga teacher or something?
How dare you?
What? I thought you wanted to talk to me about it. I can be done whenever you want.
Oh, fine. Yes, it was her yoga teacher.
Ha! How'd I guess? Looks like she was putting her husband's money to good use, huh? I'm sure he's super happy he was paying for those yoga lessons now.
That's the thing! He says she has to give him all his money back. Everything he's used to support her.
Well, yeah, I don't blame him. And that's it. So what exactly are you so angry about? Sounds like Alice made her bed, and now she has to lie in it. What did she expect?
It's not just the money that's the problem, though. There's more. I mean, Alice isn't the only one who's struggling. Matt's in trouble, too.
Oh, wow. What happened to the golden boy? Did he spend it all on women?
He's hooked on some kind of casino games you can play on the computer.
Oh, he's into online casinos, huh? Yeah, they've gotten really popular lately. I know it's still illegal in some states, but I think pretty much anything goes here. What's the big deal? He's not breaking any laws.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Then what? Come on and spit it out. The suspense is killing me.
He's been burning his whole salary on gambling. So we're more or less completely broke now.
God, what an idiot! I thought he was supposed to be some financial genius. But he doesn't know not to spend more than he can afford to lose on gambling?
You think he should have known better? I figured he knew what he was doing.
The house always wins. You've never heard that expression before? The whole thing is set up that way. No one wins at the casino for long. For some people, once they're hooked, they keep coming back for more. They don't know when to cut their losses. At some point, you're just throwing your money away.
Well, how could you expect me and your sister to know that? We're not gamblers.
I thought that was just pretty common knowledge, though. Pretty much everyone knows the casino always wins in the end. Still, it could be worse. At least it wasn't an underground casino, though, right? It's not like he's gonna go to jail or anything.
But what are we gonna do now? My life of luxury is all gone.
I mean, you could always just go back to work, you know?
There's no way I can go back to work now. It's been too long.
Are you serious?
Over the last 2 years, you can't imagine how lavish our lifestyle has been. I can't go back to working like some commoner now. Just imagine what the neighbors would think.
Is now really the time to be worrying about what the neighbors will think? Don't you have bigger problems?
Why wouldn't I worry about that?
So, one other thing I'm kinda wondering about. Matt was only gambling with his own money, right? He wasn't doing anything crazy to feed his addiction, was he? You might want to check on that, you know?
Yeah, he was stealing too. When his salary wasn't enough anymore, he started taking money from his company.
Oh my God.
They fired him and are suing him for damages. I have no idea how he'll ever pay that money back.
Sounds like you turned out to be the epitome of a terrible husband, huh?
What's gonna happen to us now? Our whole future is ruined.
How much does he owe anyway?
They haven't even been able to figure it out yet. Sounds like it's gonna be a lot.
Wow. That much, huh? You know, I've seen some stories in the news about people having to pay millions of dollars for white-collar crimes like that lately. I guess it turns out that Matt guy is just another loser like them.
How can you be so cold? What about your sister? What about me?
I mean, I am listening to you, but none of this has anything to do with me. We're not family anymore, remember? Please don't try to tell me you forgot that you told me you were disowning me.
Yes, fine, I did say those things. But it's different now. We're still family, right? I'm still your mother.
I wonder what your old self would say. Why don't you go back in time 2 years and ask her?
Please don't do this to me.
I kept my promise to you. I've never contacted you once. Why couldn't you do the same for me?
You know I would have liked to hear from you every once in a while.
How can you possibly expect me to believe that after everything you said?
I was hard on you because I thought it would be good for you. I just wanted to see you make something of yourself.
Surely you're not serious. What a lame excuse.
No, I mean it. Alice always needed encouragement, so I gave it to her.
And look how that turned out. She cheated on her husband with her yoga teacher that he was paying for and caught the clap.
Well, she did land a husband who made $250K a year.
And right from the start, I told you there's more to a person than just how much money they make. Remember that?
How were we supposed to know he would turn out like this when we first met him?
Shouldn't have Alice been more careful in the first place if she was going to marry the guy? Isn't it kind of her fault for only caring about his money?
Well, it's a little too late for that advice now. Why didn't you say anything at the time?
Don't you get it twisted. You told me I was too rebellious and negative and that I was so difficult to love all the time. Don't try to make all this my fault now. You've brought this on yourselves. You just took this Matt guy at his word that he made all this money and was this big, important finance bro. You never bothered to ask any questions at all. You were just happy to take his money.
I thought I could trust him. Alice chose him, after all.
Sure, like I said, it's her responsibility. She made a terrible decision and now she has to live with it. Why are you acting like you're some kind of victim in this whole mess when you were clearly just after his money? Are we done yet? Talking to you is kind of making me feel sick.
No, wait. It's not like that. I'm not trying to argue with you. I just need someone to talk to.
Look, I sat here and listened to your sob stories about my sister and her husband's STDs, and about how he was a gambling addict who got caught embezzling. None of that has anything to do with me. I do not care one little bit.
I mean, I guess you're right. But there's something else I wanted to talk to you about.
God, you're such a pain in the butt. Hurry up and get to the point.
Well, the thing is...
What is it? I don't have all day.
I actually saw you in a magazine recently. You've gotten pretty famous, haven't you?
Oh, so that's why you're texting me, huh? It's really not that big a deal.
Well, the article said you were quite the young entrepreneur. It sounded pretty impressive. They said you started your own business while you were still in college, and that it's been a huge success.
Yeah, it's true that I started my own business, I'll give you that. But whether or not it's a huge success isn't really up to me to decide. And it's not like I did everything all by myself. I had great people around me. When you've got people behind you, you can do anything.
So I was wondering, how much is your company making these days? If you don't mind me asking.
It's not all about how much the company makes. It's a lot more complicated than that.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't expect you to understand this, but it's more about the price of the stock. It doesn't really matter how much the company is bringing in as long as the investors' confidence is high. As long as people believe in the company, they'll be willing to invest in it, and the stock goes up.
Okay, so how much of that stock do you have then?
Why should I tell you?
Why not? I'm your mother!
That's not something I feel comfortable discussing with the person who disowned me.
But that was a long time ago. Are you still hung up on that?
Yeah, I am. Why wouldn't I be?
But it said your company is one of the hottest new startups out there.
Oh, did it?
So you've got to be making at least $250,000, right?
Wouldn't you like to know? Here's something I can tell you, though.
What?
When you're running your own business, you've got to be very careful with all your paperwork. So of course I've got an accountant who handles all my taxes for me.
Oh, wow. Your own accountant?
Yeah, I want to make sure I've got a specialist I can trust handling things for me. They help me make sure I'm taking advantage of every tax break I can get, too. So yeah, I don't even worry too much about how much I make anymore.
It's that much? Sounds like you're quite the businesswoman if you've got your own accountant handling all your finances for you.
You could say that.
I always knew you'd do something great with your life, Helen.
Do you really think that's gonna work at this point? Like, am I supposed to say, "Gee, thanks, Mom. I love you too," or something? You must be out of your mind.
No, really. I've always known you were talented, Helen. You have to believe me.
What was it you said about my college again?
I have no idea.
I think it was something along the lines of, "Well, I've never heard of it, and that's all that matters." You don't remember saying that?
It's just that I wasn't aware of it, that's all.
Do you even know what my major was? Did you ever bother to ask?
I
majored in business administration. Does that ring a bell?
Business administration?
I guess not, huh? I always knew I wanted to start my own company, so I chose a college with a good business program.
Oh, is that why you went there?
I met a bunch of great people there, and we all got together and founded a company. It was hard work, but it was so worth it. You know what I think about people like you, who are always trying to find out how much everybody makes? I hate them.
Helen, how could you say that?
If you want me to pay you back the money you spent sending me to college, I can do that. But not another penny. This time it's goodbye for real.
Wait, Helen, listen to me. You have to help me. We're family. Please help me.
So, after all the fighting my sister and Matt were doing, they ended up getting a divorce. What a surprise, right? And I heard that it turned out it wasn't just chlamydia they had. Apparently, that came from Alice's yoga teacher. But it turned out that Matt had caught gonorrhea from somewhere too. So they both got hit with a double whammy. My parents had no choice but to go out and look for jobs again. But as old as they are, they never really found anything good. My friends from college and I kept growing our business more and more. We've made some deals with companies in the same field and even bought out some other startups. It's been super rewarding. I hope I never get caught up in my horrible family's problems again. As long as I can do that, I think I've got a long, happy life ahead of me.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and let us know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this and press the bell for notifications. Dear, are you there? Kayla and I just arrived at home. Is there anything you need that I can pick up for you? I can stop by anywhere and pick it up on the way to your mom's house. No, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Also, just stay home today. There's no need to come over here. Huh? Are you sure? Will that really be all right?
Won't it be hard if you're all alone at your mom's house?
I'll be fine. I think it'll be a lot better if you just took a break today.
I mean, okay, but are you really fine with that? Did something suddenly happen that I need to know about? If there's something wrong, I really am fine with helping.
No, I just know how much effort you had put into taking care of my mom, that's all.
I mean, I guess you could say I put a lot of work in, but I feel like taking care of her was the only thing I even managed to do well. She was such a help to me too, after all. I'm really grateful for everything she's done.
You shouldn't go talking about yourself like that. I think you've been a really big help, don't you? With how little I've been able to do thanks to work being extra busy, I know I've basically been leaving everything to you recently.
I mean, yeah, but that couldn't really have been avoided. It's not like you can tell your boss to not give you more work and expect him to listen.
Well, the thing is, near the end, Mom just seemed to always be angry with me. It's like the only thing she knew how to do anymore was shout at me.
Oh, she was? What do you mean?
Well, sometimes I went to see her when I had days off from work. I just figured it was a good idea to stop in and see how she was doing, you know? She had nothing but praise for you, don't worry about that. She constantly talked about how helpful you are. But she completely went off on me, saying I'm completely worthless as a son and all sorts of other stuff. She also always made sure to tell me, "You've got a good wife. You better be grateful that she's willing to stay with you, too." That attitude never really stopped all the way until she passed away.
Oh, wow. So she had been saying all that nice stuff about me to you, huh? Maybe it would be better if I headed over there after all.
Huh? What makes you say that? I'm telling you it's fine. Just stay at home, okay? Let me handle this. It's more important that you spend time with Kayla right now. With all that's happened lately, she's been feeling really down too. She could really use your support. Even if she wasn't a fan of me in the end, I can still take care of what's left over here. I'll have to get used to her not being around anymore anyway.
Okay, if you're really sure. Well, I'll just spend some time relaxing with Kayla at home then.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'll actually be staying here for 2-3 days or so. There's apparently some issues with the funeral planning that are going to keep me stuck here for a while. It's pretty frustrating. Things just won't settle down.
Oh, really? If it's keeping you stuck there for that long, it sounds like things really are a bit of a mess. Is there anything I can do to help with the paperwork or something? Maybe I can make some calls or help keep things organized.
No, I can figure this all out myself. You just go rest.
But, Ryan…
Look, I've decided that I want to handle this myself, okay? You've been helping with everything for so long already, so I want to actually manage to get something done on my own. It's not like there's a lot else I can do other than this anyway. I'm pretty pathetic, huh? Anyway, please just let me handle all this paperwork and whatnot myself.
Okay, I understand. Well, let me know once things finally settle down and you intend to come back, okay?
Yeah, I will. Good night.
Good night. Make sure you get some rest too, okay? I know how hard things have been. Today, we attended my mother-in-law's funeral. My husband, my daughter, and I all owed a lot to her, so we're really feeling her absence now. Though I'm glad we were able to take care of her well all the way until the very end. Ryan's work has been really tough for him recently, so I quit my job and focused on taking care of her myself. We were actually planning to have her live with us so it'd be easier to tend to her, but maybe she was worried about the change. But she said she preferred to stay where she was and refused the plan outright. Thinking back on it now, maybe it would have been better if I pressed harder for her to live with us. She and I had gotten along very well, so much so that it honestly felt like she was a second mother to me. At the time, I had started to notice a thing or two, but I had decided not to act on anything yet. I felt that it was important to find the right time to speak up.
Today's a day off, right? For both you and Kayla, I mean.
Yeah, it's a Saturday, and we don't have anything planned, so our day's pretty open. How are things over on your end? Do you think you'll be able to wrap things up nicely? Things have gotten better over here, so if there's anything you'd like my help with, I'd be more than happy to go. Just give me the word.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all good now.
When you say it's all good, what do you mean? Do you mean everything's all taken care of already? Wow, that was really fast. The way you made it sounded like you'd be stuck going through forms for a while longer.
From this point onward, you are fired.
Huh? What? Fired?
Now that my mom is gone and she doesn't need to be tended to, I have no further need of you. You have outstayed your usefulness. Take Kayla and go move back to your parents' house, as soon as you possibly can. I have no further need of you and don't intend to continue providing for you. You may have thought that you could just live on what I earn doing nothing but eating what I provide. But I will not permit that any longer. Layabouts like you need to get out.
Oh, is that so? Okay, I understand. I will start getting everything packed up and get Kayla ready to leave. Once everything is taken care of, we should be able to start moving out. I don't think things will take very long.
Huh?
What? Did I miss a word or something? I don't really know what there is to misunderstand in what I told you.
No, just... I'm surprised you're taking this as lightly as you are. No questions, no cries of, "How could you do this to me?" No arguing.
I mean, sure, I probably would have reacted that way if I hadn't seen this coming a mile away. Speaking of which, you weren't even at your mom's house at all except for the day the funeral happened, were you? I'm pretty sure you went someplace else after that, right?
Huh? How do you know that? What, were you following me or something?
No, I'm not exactly one for doing sneaky things like that. I had already known about what you were doing. It's not like you would be stuck in paperwork days after a funeral anyway. That was just obvious. It's true, I wasn't exactly sure how you would play things after the funeral, but it looks like up to the very end, I read your every action like a book.
What do you mean, you read my actions? What are you talking about? What sort of horrid things are you saying now?
Oh, you think I'm saying something horrid? Setting aside your standards for horrid, I can assure you that the feeling is mutual. Frankly, I was wondering about whether you had caught on to me already moving or not. I honestly was getting a little worried for a moment.
Wait, what? You keep saying things and not explaining any of them. I can't keep track of everything.
Well, let's make it easy then. I actually just got everything moved out this morning. So when you told me to get out, I just thought, wow, I timed that perfectly. I really had a good read on the whole situation, huh?
You already moved everything out? When did you have time to do all that? Wait, where are you even going? You don't even have anywhere to move to, don't you?
Yes, I do actually. I'm going back to my parents' house, of course. I'm doing the exact same thing as you are. Now that I don't have to tend to your mother anymore, I don't really see a reason to stay together with you anymore. Even Kayla feels the same way. If I remember correctly, she said something along the lines of, "Now that Grandma's gone, it's painful to even be around Dad at all."
Even Kayla said things like that. Why?
What? Are you actually telling me you're shocked at hearing that? That seems pretty contradictory to what you were saying moments ago. Didn't you just say you wanted both me and Kayla to leave?
Well, I said that, yeah, but...
Clearly you don't need either of us, right? You don't think either of us are important to you at all, and you just want us out of your lives, right? I'd feel terrible for Kayla if it were anyone else saying that. Luckily, to me, my cute little daughter is absolutely indispensable.
Don't start getting all cynical on me. You've deliberately misread my intentions to make them sound as bad as possible. I just thought that if a daughter could only be with one parent, I thought it would be better for her to be with her mother.
Yeah, I'm not about to let you go and act like you're just respectfully stepping away from the situation, considering you are the one ordering us both out. Anyway, your stuff is all that remains in the house now. Feel free to do what you like with what's left there. Nothing else there matters to me.
Okay, got it. Wait, hold on a second. Aren't you a full-time housewife now? How do you expect to make a living? Especially with a daughter to take care of.
Oh?
What, you first tell us both to leave without a care? Now you're worried that I don't have a job? What are you all worried about all of a sudden? Well, Kayla's in middle school now, remember? Yeah, and? What about it? Well, before you know it, she'll need to get ready for high school entrance exams. The best schools always have them. Can you really make sure she can study hard enough and be properly prepared for them? I can't imagine how you would be able to raise her properly without an income of any kind. What? Did you forget that I only lack a job now because I quit to help tend to your mom? Up until your mom needed care, I was working and earning money too. Speaking of which, I've already found a new job as well, so that's not even an issue at this point. You found a job? Already? How did you manage that so fast? Well, to be honest, it's all thanks to your mom. Before she died, she connected me with one of her friends who's high up in a company. That friend was willing to help me get a job there once I told him how I was planning to go back into the workforce. Really, I am very grateful to your mother for helping me network. I don't know what I would have done if it weren't for her. She was the one that asked him to keep me in mind in case I needed a job again sometime. My mom did all that for you? It's a really good thing that I got a lot of experience at my last job. They really helped the interview process go much more smoothly. So anyway, you don't need to worry about Kayla. I'll be able to take care of her just fine. Though that's not to say I won't be needing child support from you. We'll need to talk about that some other time with a lawyer present. So you'll definitely need to have documents ready to go. I hope you've been keeping good track of everything. Oh, before I forget, we'll also need to deal with dividing the property too. What's all this you're bringing up at once? Don't screw around with me. If you're just leaving on your own accord, how do you think you can get me to pay any of that? No judge would ever make me pay you. Oh? I think that's what I should be thinking, no? After all, you're the one who told us to get out first. Not only that, but Kayla has a right to your support as your daughter anyway. Regardless of who wanted to leave first, she needs help from both of us. As for the property, well, why don't we think about that for a moment? You were planning to live with someone else after you chased us out of the house, weren't you? That's the only reason I can imagine as to why you would abruptly try to force us out of the house. Am I wrong? Chasing us out of the house doesn't erase the fact that I have a right to half of the property. Do you think I'd be fine with just giving it to someone else? I can't say I have much of an interest in the house itself, so I'll definitely be making a case for having you pay me extra alimony in exchange. What? Just how much do you already know? There's no way you could have known this much about my plans. You really did hire someone, didn't you? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, we don't need to go through all of this now. We can deal with it later. Anyway, bye! Wait, hold on. We aren't done talking. The thing is, I knew about my husband's cheating for quite a while already. That's why I had planned everything out so I would be ready to divorce him the moment his mother passed away and the affairs were settled. It looks like he thought I hadn't noticed what he was doing, but he was sorely mistaken. Though he was at least not completely off the mark on one thing. I did have help, though I didn't exactly hire someone to find out about his actions. After all, it wasn't just me. Kayla knew, and even my mother-in-law knew about Ryan's infidelity. Sure, she needed to be taken care of at home, but that didn't mean she suddenly lost her intelligence. She asked one of her still able-bodied friends to collect the evidence of Ryan's actions for me. Then she arranged to have her property bequeathed to me after she passed. I truly cannot verbalize how much she has done for me. I am so thankful for everything she's done. What is it? If you have something you want to say, can't you just send it to me in a text? When are you planning on actually returning one of my calls? I don't want to talk to you over text. I want an actual phone call. I need to actually talk to you. Oh? I'm so sorry, but I just can't do that. Just hearing your voice would make me nauseous. So for the sake of my own health, I will only talk to you via text. Why, you... Oh my!
What's got my cheating ex-husband all flustered now? Trouble in paradise with your new girlfriend?
I didn't go and contact you to just be ridiculed. I have a serious question I need to ask you. When are you going to be coming back home? If you don't come back soon, things will really start taking a turn for the worse.
I can't say I have the slightest idea what you're talking about. What do you mean, when am I coming back? Did you forget that we have nothing to do with each other anymore? I don't see a single reason for me to need to go back to you.
What are you talking about? It's totally fine, isn't it? I don't see why you need a reason to begin with. We were married, so it's not too strange for you to just come back home sometime, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
You are making less than 0 sense here. Leaving aside how you think it's perfectly normal for a divorced couple to come back together at all, let alone in such a short time, don't you already have some cute new girl with you? What do you need me for? The two of you are living together, aren't you? If there's something you need, you should just ask her. There's no need for you to be asking me for anything anymore.
Just shut up already. Please just come back home. There will be serious trouble if you don't.
Yeah, serious trouble for you, maybe. Trouble for you has nothing to do with me anymore. Anyway, I'll just be off.
Are you saying you'll be fine with not being able to receive alimony at all anymore?
Excuse me?
You still haven't received a single cent from me, right? I know I haven't been paying anything. If you come back home, I'll actually start thinking about paying it. How about it? I think that should be as good a reason as any to come back, right?
I don't know what's worse. The fact that you're using failure to pay alimony as a reason to make me come back, or how you actually think I'd agree with you. Trust me, I've noticed how you haven't been paying alimony. Did you really think I would just let you not pay and not do something about it? I have a perfectly good reason to not chase you for alimony. I don't exactly need to return to you to get the money in the first place, so you're just a non-factor.
Wait, what? What do you mean? I'm the one who's supposed to be paying the alimony. How can I be a non-factor? If you've got some reason for not coming back, just say it already.
Well, I'm not coming back because I don't want to, and don't have to, regardless of you acknowledging how you're neglecting your own responsibilities. Even if coming back would have made you start paying alimony, I still wouldn't need to go back to you. After all, I've been receiving money for a little while already.
What? How can you be receiving money? I wasn't given any auto-pay forms to sign or anything, and I certainly didn't make any payments myself.
Well, within your mother's estate, there's also money she had saved up for you. If you hadn't gone and cheated on me, that's money we would have received as a couple.
What? She had something like that prepared in her estate? I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't. This is something she set up while she was still alive. Since about 3 years before we started taking care of her, she told me she was planning to put all the money she had into that fund.
All of it? You can't be serious.
Oh, believe me, I was quite surprised myself. I had refused when she told me about it, but even if that idiot gets ordered to pay you alimony, he'll do everything he can to not pay a cent. Saying that, she arranged so that the fund would get used to pay me, since she knew about your infidelity.
Hold on a second. Are you saying she knew about this beforehand?
Yes, she did. I had spoken with her some time ago about how we would probably end up divorcing at some point.
You coward! How dare you go behind my back and speak with my own mother about this? I am her son. If anyone should be receiving money from her, it should be me.
What? Didn't a lawyer explain this to you already? In her will, your mother left everything except her house to me.
That's completely ridiculous. How can someone unrelated like you receive everything? There's no way that's legal. Look, whatever. Just hurry up and come back already. I'm going to make you show me all of this money you're talking about, too. Got it?
Do you really think I'm going to listen to you? If I showed you the money, you'd obviously just try to steal it from me. How dumb do you think I am?
What? No! There's no way I'd...
I'm surprised you're still trying to keep this conceited attitude even after we've divorced. You do realize you have no power over me, right? Maybe you should try doing something that doesn't confirm every single impression your mother had of you.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Your mother didn't just predict you not paying alimony, she also predicted you wouldn't pay child support. So, she also made sure to leave money for Kayla in her will, too.
Huh?
So to be perfectly honest, I didn't expect a single thing from you from the start. No matter what you try to tell me about not paying your alimony or Kayla's child support, I'm not going to think a single thing about it. So even if you haven't paid a single cent to me, don't go trying to act like you hold all the cards. You don't have a single thing to hold over me. Isn't that such a shame?
Just shut up!
Well, at this rate, no matter what you say to me, it won't make any difference. So I'm just going to leave. Well, bye! Have a nice time with your girlfriend.
Wait, hold on. You'd better work with me here. If you can't, then I can't live anymore. Joanne, listen to me!
Hey, do you really think that was a good idea? Trying to go and barge into my parents' house uninvited was a pretty ridiculous move, don't you think? You know what my parents think of you, right?
That's just how desperate things have gotten. I'm begging you. Please come back to me.
I'm pretty sure you've heard this from my parents and brother already, but Kayla and I aren't there. You realize that?
Yeah, I heard. Where are you? I'll head to where you are when you tell me, so please, where are you?
No.
Why not? Are you saying you won't even let me see Kayla again? I want to see her again. Please, I'm begging you.
Look, can you please stop this pathetic attempt at trying to play the victim? It won't do a thing. If you actually care about her and want to see her, maybe you should start by actually paying some child support. Maybe we can actually try talking after that.
But my mom already handled paying for that, didn't she? So there shouldn't be anything else I need to do. Isn't everything already fine?
What? Do you really think that because your mother planned around your terrible behavior, you no longer bear any responsibility? Do you actually believe that? What is wrong with your head? You certainly weren't taking this tone before you knew of your mother's plans. Not only that, but do you really think that a parent who doesn't fulfill the basic responsibility of supporting their child deserves to ask to meet them?
What are you talking about? Then what am I supposed to do? I don't have anyone else to turn to for help anymore.
Well, you've been saying that to me for some time already, and my response remains the same. I have no desire to help you. I am not going to help you. If you don't seriously change your behavior, I will never have any intention of helping you. If you don't intend to ever pay me alimony or child support yourself, can you just not contact me anymore? There's no real reason for me to even humor you with a conversation if you're not going to fulfill your basic responsibilities.
Hold on. Just wait. What are you even saying? The way you're putting it, it sounds like the only reason you haven't blocked me is because you're expecting money from me.
Oh, wow! That brain actually functions to some extent. So, you finally noticed? Yes. The only reason I am keeping this channel open at all is so you can maybe decide to actually pay me yourself.
I thought you used to love me.
Oh, what pathetic trick are you trying to pull now? Don't remind me of my terrible life choices. A man who cheats on his wife is nothing more than an eyesore. Trying to play at my feelings just makes it all the more disgusting.
Why are you pushing me away like this?
How can you ever believe I wouldn't?
But I'm telling you, I'm the victim here.
And that's why I'm telling you to stop trying to pull the victim card. How can I ever believe that you're a victim of a situation you created? Kayla and I are the victims of your horrible behavior. You are, without a shadow of a doubt, the perpetrator.
I mean, yes, I can admit I did terrible things to you and Kayla. But I was scammed by my girlfriend. I thought that she was an amazing, family-oriented woman. She was also 10 years younger than I was.
You are utterly disgusting.
She told me that once we got married, she would be a full-time housewife and would do everything she could to support the family. But she...
Hey, I got a question for you. Is this sob story long? I can't really say I have any interest in whatever trouble you get yourself into, so I don't see any reason to listen. Can you just, well, not tell it to me? I couldn't care less.
Just wait, please. At the very least, just listen to what I have to say. The very first day we started living together, she hasn't done a single bit of cleaning. She hasn't cleaned any of the dishes. She hasn't done any laundry. Even now, there are flies all over the house, and the dirty laundry just keeps piling up.
Yes? And? If you're worried about it, what's stopping you from just doing these things yourself? Are you somehow incapable of doing it?
That's why I'm asking for your help. Please, get this woman out of here.
Excuse me? Just do that yourself.
It'd be more efficient if you did it than if I did. Don't you realize that? If you came to chase her out, then we could get back together and bam! We'd return things to how they used to be. Isn't that a good plan? You get it, right? Let's become a family again.
I shouldn't even have to say this, but there is no way I would ever see you again. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Goodbye.
Wait. Joanne, wait. Please, can't you wait for me to finish? You're the last person I can ask for help.
So, after just 2 months, my ex-husband suddenly contacts me and makes a ludicrous request. All I felt was irritation as he was going on and on about his own problems. It made me think, why on earth did I even marry a guy like this in the first place? What could I have possibly seen in him? His mother was really good to me, so I was able to put up with it for this long, but ever since the divorce, Kayla and I have been living entirely new lives. And yet, I still have to deal with Ryan desperately trying to get us to go back to him? Ridiculous. I need to do something to deal with the situation once and for all. The sooner, the better.
Joanne, please listen to me. I finally managed to get that woman out of the house. So now it's totally fine, right?
Huh? Oh crap, I must have forgotten to block you. Sorry, please don't talk to me anymore.
Wait, what? Block me? Weren't you waiting for me?
I'm sorry, what? No! I never said anything even remotely close to that.
What sort of stupid thing are you saying now? I was so sure that you would come back to me. That's why I desperately got her out of my life.
Oh, did you now? I see. Well, I'm afraid that that's just something you came up with in your nonsensical head on your own, isn't it? I didn't say a single word to that effect. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I said the exact opposite.
You may not have said it, but your feelings came across perfectly.
I'm sorry, what? What delusions are you under now?
So it's totally fine for you and Kayla to come back whenever. The door is open. So please, let's start over as a family again.
Huh, you're actually serious. I'm almost speechless. Well, sorry, but I'm afraid I've been making arrangements for quite a while now. So there's not a single thing you can do anymore. You don't matter to me in the slightest.
Huh? Making arrangements?
Well, I was introduced to someone by one of my coworkers. He's someone who's the same age as me and also has already gone through a divorce. We've been seeing each other for quite a while now. So we decided we'd move in together, while thinking about getting married in the future. I've been making arrangements for the move. While marriage might still be a while away, we're talking openly about it and are dedicated to each other.
Wait, what? Aren't you going a little too fast?
Oh, you think so? Well, we both felt we needed a partner for support, and we hit it off well. Nothing strange about that. We have both been through failed marriages already, too. So it's not like we don't know about the ups and downs involved. We've been able to get along fine together. We aren't nervous to talk about marriage, and Kayla's already pretty attached to him, too.
How could you? You're betraying me? You backstabber! How dare you cheat on me?
Oh, this is rich. Do you really think you have a leg to stand on saying something like that to me? I'm having trouble remembering. Who was the one who was seeing someone else and tried to chase me out of their house? So, if I'm understanding things correctly, your little relationship with that girlfriend of yours didn't work out, huh? So, to decide to try to get in close with me again. I can't believe you would even have the nerve to do something so pathetic. Well, considering how your private life and your job have fallen to pieces, I guess you were thinking, oh no, this has all gone wrong, or something, right? Well, I'm afraid you're too late. Far too late, in fact.
But you still understand my situation, don't you? I'm the victim. I'll say it as much as I need to until you understand. You're the only one I have left. Please, let us start over. Let's become a family again. You're the only one I can ask. It's obvious that I'm a much better man than this other one you're seeing.
Okay, so I was going to just let you whine into the void, but to try to say that? That's utterly impossible. You're trying to say that the man who's close to getting fired is somehow better than a company president? That the man who has a history of cheating on people is better than the man who hates infidelity and has experienced that betrayal himself? You don't have the slightest hope of comparing yourself to someone like him. The difference between you and him is so vast that it's almost impossible to believe that the two of you used to be classmates.
Huh? A classmate?
Do you remember Miles Baker at all? He was one of your classmates in high school.
Miles Baker?
Well, I'm working at the Baker Company as an engineer. The CEO of that company is your classmate, Miles Baker. He's the man I'm currently seeing.
No way. You're not serious. You can't possibly be. This is all a lie to make me jealous.
That's why I've been telling you that you can't hope to compare to him at all. Trying to compare the two of you is like trying to compare a diamond to a speck of dust. And don't forget, if you try to do anything to me or my relationship, you will pay severely. So don't go getting any funny ideas now, got it? It's for your own well-being.
Who do you think you're talking to? I wasn't thinking of doing anything.
Honestly, I'm really happy that he considers me so important to him. He really is doing his best for me, which makes me want to do my best for him. He sounds a whole lot different than a certain someone else I won't mention. Huh. After forcing his former mistress out of his house, Ryan, apparently being completely unable to do any housework for himself, just sold the house in its pathetic state and moved into his mother's old home. There's still a mortgage left to deal with, so I'm pretty sure his life is going to get worse before it gets better. If it ever gets better. Well, both in his old neighborhood and his mom's neighborhood that he moved into. News traveled pretty quickly that an adulterer was moving in, so it sounds like he's been treated pretty coldly by everyone. Meanwhile, I've been working hard at the Baker Company. I'm really happy Kayla has taken such a liking to Miles. It has made everything just that much better. I'm really looking forward to having another shot at family life together. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you felt great after hearing the story, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Please look forward to the next video. I can't believe you're seriously this dumb. It's hilarious. You still haven't noticed? I feel bad for you. It's been 2 years since you last contacted me. What is this all of a sudden? Well, you see, I stole your boyfriend. Huh? Boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend, though. Let me tell you something. 3 months ago, your high school had a reunion. But it didn't seem like you mentioned to the organizing committee that you moved 2 years ago. So I ended up getting the invitation. As your twin sister, I decided to take it upon myself to attend for you. But you graduated from an entirely different high school, didn't you? Like I said, I went in your place. And then, your boyfriend was there too. I already told you I don't have a boyfriend. And so, your boyfriend mistook me for you. He took me back home and we had a lot of fun in the evening.
I don't know how many times I need to say this, but I don't have a boyfriend.
I found your number in his phone. I told him that something happened to my last phone number, so I changed your number to mine. Haven't you wondered why you haven't been able to reach him these days? It's all because of me. Whoops.
Oh my god. How many times do I need to repeat myself? I don't have a boyfriend.
And then guess what else happened? I got pregnant with his child.
What? You're pregnant?
Once we get married, I'll tell him the truth about being your twin sister. Until then, don't you dare try to meddle with things, okay? Getting pregnant is a sign. It's my fate to marry him. But also the fact that he has a 6-figure salary, lives in a luxurious high-rise apartment, and would basically make me a rich wife is pretty great too. So don't cause any trouble for me. Don't even think about showing up in front of him or contacting him.
I wouldn't even try to contact him. Do you want to know why? He is not my boyfriend.
Whatever. I won't put up with you doing anything weird, okay? So just stay out of it.
Man, you've seriously gotten even worse with your listening skills in these past 2 years.
Whatever. That's not even the main point. Anyways, your boyfriend is now all mine. You got it?
Yep, you do you.
Good. I'm glad you understand. If you try to get near him without my permission, I won't let you off easy.
Jesus Christ. I don't care anymore.
Take that!
What is it this time?
I can tell you're trying to hide your pain and regret behind your current messages.
What do you want?
Starting today, I'll be living with my boyfriend in that big, beautiful apartment.
Okay. And?
Well, I just thought how bad you must feel. We also finished registering our marriage. We're officially a couple. And then I confessed to him about the whole twin sister thing. You won't believe how he reacted. He said he knew from the very beginning. This must be true love, right? It's love. There's nothing else that can explain how he was able to tell us apart from the beginning. And so now, I'm going to get the ceremony taken care of before he changes his mind about all of this.
Okay, good for you. I don't know who your boyfriend is, but hey, I guess it's okay as long as you're happy.
Excuse me?
But you need to tell Mom and Dad about this. After you messaged me about your boyfriend and getting pregnant, I talked to Mom and Dad. They had absolutely no idea about any of this. They were pretty disappointed that you never so much as introduced them to your boyfriend. I guess your husband now. Anyways, you two should go and visit Mom and Dad right away.
Excuse me?
I don't like your attitude and the way you talk to me. It's pretty rude of you guys to ignore all the pre-marriage traditions. You should show some manners at the very least.
Yeah, whatever. Are you really that upset that I took your boyfriend away from you?
I already said that I don't have a boyfriend. How many times do I need to repeat myself for you to get it?
I know you're lying to me.
What?
You think I wouldn't know?
You know, I don't even know what to think. I keep trying to tell you that I don't have a boyfriend for you to steal, but it seems like you're just not getting it.
What do you mean I'm not getting it?
Never mind. Anyways, I don't care about all the details, but now that you're pregnant, you better start showing some responsibility as a mother. Kids can't choose their parents, so it's up to you to get your act together.
Excuse me?
I'm busy now. Let's stop here for today.
Wait! Hold up! Hey! Don't you think your reaction to all of this is a bit weird?
Really?
Yes, it is! Why are you ignoring the fact that your boyfriend got another woman pregnant? Normally, people would panic. They would get mad and cry. Why aren't you livid at all?
Getting livid isn't really healthy during the prenatal phase.
Prenatal?
I'm pregnant right now as well. With my husband's child, of course.
What? Husband?
I married my supervisor from work 2 years ago.
You married your supervisor? No one told me that. I told Mom and Dad not to talk about it with you. Why would you do something like that? That's our choice as husband and wife. I don't know why you're getting so riled up over it. I also felt like you would try and do something bad at the wedding. I didn't really know how to bring all of this up with you. Are you serious? Also, I knew about the school reunion. Wait, you knew? It's true that I didn't get the physical invitation to the reunion, but they texted me the details. I declined the invitation since I didn't want to go anywhere while I'm pregnant. Some of my friends attended the reunion. They told me all about you showing up and messing around with people. Are you serious? They knew who I was? Yep, looks like it. You showed up pretending to be me with a flat stomach even though they all know I'm 5 months pregnant. On top of that, you were wearing stilettos. There's no way a pregnant woman would be walking around in stilettos, downing drink after drink. My friends quickly realized that it was my dumb little sister from the other high school. But no one said anything to me at the reunion. Well, it's pretty obvious they wouldn't say anything to you. Everyone was in such shock they didn't know what to say anymore. Let sleeping dogs lie, you know? And plus, it was kind of funny for them, so they left you to your own devices. So, yep, that's what happened. That's horrible! You're all awful to me! Who was the one who decided to go and crash a high school reunion while stealing someone's identity? Didn't you think it would be weird? You don't know anyone at my high school. I'd imagine a typical conversation at a reunion would involve stories from a long time ago. If you suddenly stopped talking during those conversations, wouldn't that draw some suspicion towards yourself? I had no idea a nerdy and depressed person like you would have made any friends. Nerdy and depressed? I'm pretty sure I was being hardworking and dedicated. People who are like that aren't depressed by default. You seriously need to reconsider your definition of that word. Everyone at your school was nerdy and depressed. I heard that's what IB programs do to kids. How would you define my other classmate who was top of the grade, tennis captain, student council president, and had tons of admirers? He was seriously amazing. Does that sound nerdy and depressed to you? What? No, but it sounds totally made up and unrealistic. You really shouldn't underestimate how smart people are in the state's top high school. But then again, the guy was by far on a whole different level. So according to your logic, would you label that guy as a recluse as well? You know what? Whatever. Let's change the topic. That's not my point. I don't care about all those nitpicky little details. Either way, I've won this round. My husband makes well over 6 figures a year. We live in a penthouse. And that person is in love with me. Looks like I've got you all beat. Feels pretty good to be the winner. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wanted to ask you something. Your husband. Who is he, even? Was he one of my classmates? I might have known him. Oh, my husband? It's Henry. I'm sure you remember Henry. Henry? Henry Williams? That Henry? Oh, God. So that's what this is all about. What do you mean? He's the guy who went around telling everyone that I was his girlfriend back in high school. It caused a ton of drama. He did something like that? Yeah, he said I was his type. After I rejected him, he found out that I have an identical twin sister. He insisted that I introduce him to you and wouldn't leave me alone about it. He probably thought he won the lottery when you guys met at the reunion. Ah, so that's what happened. Well, I mean, it's fine. I caught a rich man after all. You really let go of such a huge chance. Sucks to be you. By the way, that big apartment building you live in, does it happen to be the one near the station? Yep, that's the one. Are you jealous? I bet you're feeling super jealous right now. Even if you went back to Henry and begged, he wouldn't go back to you. Even if he gave it to me for free, I wouldn't take it. Acting all tough again, eh? No. I'm already married to the man I love. But even if I was single, I wouldn't want to date an unemployed hermit anyways. What? Who are you talking about? Remember that legendary classmate of mine that I mentioned earlier? The guy who was basically perfect in everything he did? Henry is his cousin. Wait, are you serious? My husband knows them. Henry isn't the one who's making 6 figures a year and owns the penthouse. All of it is actually his cousin Jack. Jack left on an overseas business trip for 7 months and left the apartment to Henry to look after it. Oh, and Jack is coming back in 10 days. No, that can't be right. Henry also promised that he would move out once Jack came back. No way. No. Clara, I heard that you went against Mom and Dad's wishes and told them you would never come back home again. If you're going to go that far, shouldn't you talk to Henry and figure out where you two will live next? I don't understand what you're talking about. What the heck is going on? Then, if that's the case, I'll just get married to Jack instead. I'm just gonna do that. Jack already has a wife. His business trip was scheduled right after they got married, so Jack decided to take his wife along with him for a kind of business trip quasi-honeymoon. They plan on living together in the penthouse once they get back. So, how on earth do you think you're going to try and steal him? And plus, you're pregnant with Henry's kid. You two have no choice but to move out in 10 days. No, there's no way. You're lying, right? Tell me you're lying. I thought I finally managed to beat you at something in life. None of this makes any sense. I just can't. And lastly, I'll just say this. Clara, regardless of the circumstances, you now have a child. Don't let your kid down. Be a good mother. That's easier said than done. Hey, please, help me. I'm not going to save you. This is your own responsibility. What? Please, you've got to help me. I'm about to become a mother myself. My child is my #1 priority. I don't have the time and energy to help you. Goodbye then. Clara and Henry continued to live in the penthouse until Jack returned. Jack called Henry's parents and informed them about the situation, so they allowed Clara and Henry to move in with them. Although, I heard that Clara's mother-in-law seems like a pretty strict person. Also, it turns out that Jack wanted a different cousin to take care of the house while he was overseas. That cousin, however, was suddenly hospitalized. Henry took advantage of the situation and moved in. Jack is demanding $3,000 in repairs for the furniture that Henry broke while he was staying there. Henry managed to find a job at a construction company, but it looks like a lot of his initial checks will be going into paying off his debts. As for Clara, she plans on working as soon as she recovers from having the baby. She has no choice, really, given her family situation. She's going to let her in-laws take care of the baby. Both of them ended up with really exhausting jobs, but I suppose that's karma for you. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.